Namaste to you all.
Namaste.
It's always
Let
an...
me introduce Christiana.
Yes. Do you all hear and see me well?
A few words of introduction from our master.
Okay. Should I present myself first, or is it someone presenting me?
It's
I'll
lovely,
be
ma'am. We'll be
introducing
doing
to
that.
Christiana. Is it audible from my end?
Yes, just a little louder,
Yes.
please.
Oh, okay.
If you can. Okay.
Sure. So here, Christiana is a therapist, international holistic speaker, author, and above all, someone who has devoted her life to understanding the deeper layers of who we are as human beings, not just physically or mentally, but energetically and spiritually. Her journey began like many of ours in the corporate world, where she built a successful career in management and business. But along the way, she felt something deeper calling her, a pull toward self-discovery and spiritual growth. And she listened to that. Since 2009, Christiana has explored and taught pranic nourishment, the idea that we can be nourished not only by food, but also by energy, the life force itself. That exploration opened up a whole new world of healing and transformation, which she now shares through workshops, books, therapy sessions, and international events. She founded the Soul Healing Academy, through which she has created the pranic festivals in Romania and India, launched holistic education programs for children, and led over a dozen charity and ecological campaigns that touch lives in truly meaningful ways. Christiana brings together ancient wisdom like Taoist practices, yoga, and energy healing with modern science and practical tools. The result is a complete down-to-earth approach to awakening our full human potential. What I admire most about Christiana is how sincerely she embodies what she teaches. She lives her life as a daily practice of alignment, that is, aligning body, mind, soul, and encouraging others to do the same. She doesn't just talk about transformation, she guides people through it and gentle but powerfully. So whether you're here today to learn something new, or reconnect with your soul's path, or simply experience a different perspective on wellness and consciousness, you're in for a real gift. So please join me in welcoming the truly inspiring Christiana Eltrayan. Over to you, Christiana.
Hello, everybody. I'm very honored to be with you and to be collaborating again with the Global Pyramid Society. We are longtime friends, and Sri Patrishi has been a very honored and close friend of mine, and I am very happy that he is guiding us to have this meeting together. As you know, I've been with you several times physically in Pyramid Valley, where I've organized the Pranic Festival in India, bringing together breatharians from all over the world, aka people who didn't need food as nourishment. So people who are only nourished by prana and have a very high state of consciousness. This is the same conference that I'm organizing in Romania every year in August 15 to 18, and it's been my main line of research and also one of the topics of my book called the Pranic World Book. It's been my sixth book that I published. So that's one of my lines in my field of research, and this all has to do with connecting to Shakti, to the inner goddess, to the inner energy, the primordial life force that gives birth to creation. That's been my main focus over the years and my main practice as well, to embody that energy and to transmit it as much as possible. That's why I chose the topic of today, empowering women to find their voice, especially in India, but all over the world over the last tens of years, if not centuries. Women have been muted one way or another, have been shut down, and have been taught to lower their voice or to even break their voice so that they wouldn't be heard, so that their wisdom wouldn't be shared, and so that they wouldn't overshadow the masculine energy. That has not been healthy for either of us. Neither the masculine or the feminine has had anything to gain from it. Therefore, now the energy on earth is dramatically changing, and the power of the feminine, not only the women, but the feminine energy in general, is rising exponentially, and we can all feel it. How many of you can feel that really now the energy of femininity is much stronger than before? How many of you can feel, yeah, you can hands up if you want, how many of you can feel that this powerful source of energy is really shifting your lives very strongly? Now we are having this shift, and we are adapting to it as much as we can, because we have to really change the energies within to be able to cope to this wave of powerful transformation that is coming on the planet. Therefore, now we are able to speak our voice as women and as divine beings. We are very happy to be able to do this freely and to own this power as women and as men. I just published and issued from the print house a book about this. It's called Goddess Speaks, Messages from Divine Feminine. And it's soon going to be tonight on Amazon, or tomorrow at the latest, so you can find it in the Kindle version. It's messages from 64 goddesses, and it's an oracle book that you can open at any page and get a message that answers to one of your questions or to one of your issues. So today I just opened to the Mystical of Peace, one powerful goddess that has a message of peace and unity for us. I won't read it all unless you want to, but I would love to share this energy of peace with you, because it's a great way to keep us united, to keep us together. And I find that the energy of peace is very specific to the feminine, and it's one of the main energies that we have to transmit all over the world. The masculine has created action and direction, and sometimes competition and war. We are the peace bringers. We are the one to balance these energies and have the power to bring back this balance into on planet Earth. So very important now to get back to the state of peace and to get back to our own balance. And this has been my sole purpose of my actions into this world, from creating the festivals and online summits that I've done, to the collaborations that I've had with the organizations that have meditations all over the world, like yours, who is touching millions of people every year, and many others like the Embassy of Peace in Australia, the Unify in USA, and many other organizations that are touching millions of people and bringing together people in meditation. We have the power to shift the way that peace and balance is being regarded today. We have the power to balance and heal the energies that have been unfair to some of the genders, unfair to some of the nations, unfair to some of the populations or species even on the planet. Now it's time to reverse that and to shift it back into balance. And that is our responsibility, to connect and allow and receive everybody as one. Now is time to unify, and now is time to create a new way of collaborating and of managing our relationships and of managing our gender balance, our relationships balance, and our balance between species. We are not here to conquer one another. We are not here to submit to one another in any way. We are here to collaborate and support each other, not only as genders, but also as inhabitants of the same species. And it's all our responsibility to be together on this planet and to be able to work together for the evolution of humanity. It is our job now to recreate the balance that we as humans have broken over the years. It is our responsibility to bring back the disconnected energies that have fragmented one way or another each one's soul and have broken the balance between us on the planet. Now, more than ever, we have the responsibility but also the power to do so. And it is our time to reconnect. Anytime now, we can join back into our hearts and find there the peace that we have been looking for. It is not outside of us. It is not the responsibility of some others to create it, but it is
Recording
ours,
in progress.
and it is our time to bring it back.
Yes, ma'am.
So here we are again. We've managed to reconnect. I've said a few things while I was online, so I will maybe send you the recording of what you've missed. What I was saying is that it is our responsibility to bring back the peace into the world and to bring back the peace between each other as genders, as species, as people who have learned to exclude others based on color or race or gender or choices or political beliefs. Now it's time to reverse that back into acceptance, to reverse that back into allowance, and to reverse that back into embracing one another with our differences, with our individuality, with our specialness, if you will, and to bring back everything into balance between genders, between species, between races, between castes, and everything else. Now it's time to restore the balance that have been lost over the centuries, where we've learned the energy of separation. Now it's time to relearn the energy of unity to which we have been initially created. So how many of us are ready to do that? How many of us are willing to do that? And what I was also saying is that peace and balance is not outside of us. We don't have to look at somewhere outside or to wait for somebody else to create it, because it's always inside. It's always in the center of our hearts. It's always in the core of our consciousness. And the energy of peace is the energy that we've come with. So it's basically our responsibility, but also our power to recreate it now into the world and to recreate unity. Now, that's been my message so far. And the feminine energy, I was saying, that has the power to bring that back on the planet and to sustain and support that into our families, into our homes, into our communities, but also worldwide as much as we can. So that's been my message. And if you have any questions for the last 10 minutes or however much we have, I would love to maybe do this session interactive a little bit.
I think, ma'am, we would like to listen more from you rather than asking, because it's a very interesting subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
If anyone at some point changes his mind and wants to ask anything, please just unmute yourselves and or raise your hand or whatever is easier for you to do. Another thing that I'm thinking of is to acknowledge the power of community and unity and unifying us, collaborating with each other into creating a better world. And this is what I've been trying to do with our events, with our retreats, with the books I've written, with the messages I've shared all over the world, and with my presence. And this summer is full for us. We meet in communities all over the world. We soon have the solstice retreat here in the mountains of Romania in June, on the 21st of June, where we celebrate this very powerful cosmic event. And you're all invited to look at our website, soulhealingacademy.com/events, where you can find these ways of joining together and meeting us. Also on my Facebook, Christiana Eltrayan, and Instagram and TikTok, I always place all these news about how we can meet and how we can collaborate. Then in July, we have another event in the mountains of Romania, and in August we start the Pranic Festival in Romania. And at the end of June, we also go to France to celebrate the feminine energies, the energies of the goddess, the lineage of the rose, which is a very powerful goddess energy, and it's associated also to Kali in your culture, and in our Orthodox culture is connected to Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. It's a lineage of transcendence, of high consciousness women, empowered women who have very much healing and restoring energies. And we learn about all these energies, and we visit the places where Mary Magdalene has dwelled in the south of France. That's happening at the end of June, on 28th and 29th. That's a very powerful event as well, because it's preparing our fields to receive these light codes of powerful feminine goddess energy that I'm sharing also with this book. So basically, my life is all about femininity and embodying this energy. And the Pranic Festival and Pranic Nourishment, it's also about that, because it's about surrendering to the divine force that is nourishing and healing us. And it's about allowing it to nourish it at a very deep level and to nourish us with the energy of love. That's the most nourishing and fulfilling energy that we can have on this planet. The next that I can think of is bliss, pure ecstasy. But the energy of love, the divine love, the all-fulfilling, all-encompassing love is very, very, very calming, soothing, and it makes you feel like you need nothing else. That's why when you are in love, you eat less or you need nothing at all, because it's nourishing you to your core. And of course, you cannot stay in love all your life, like with a person. That's not always happening, but you can stay in love with life, and you can stay in love with the divine, and you can stay in love with cosmic energy and be in a love affair, constant love affair with your soul. And that's what's going to keep nourishing you and keep supporting you. And at some point, the more you practice, the more you meditate, the more you dive into this energy, the more you'll feel that you need less and less from the outside. Less energy from others, less attention, less recognition, less acknowledgement, and at some point even less food. And that's also possible. How many of you believe that? Hands up. Yeah. It's very easy. Have you met anyone that is nourished in this way? I know in Pyramid Valley we brought Mataji, a very powerful saint that was healing people just by his presence, and that has never taken food for his last 75 years of his life. He has never had the need of taking food. So that's been a powerful meeting between Patriji and Mataji, and it's been a powerful meeting for all the people in Pyramid Valley that we had there. And short after that, he left his body because there was no longer necessary for him to stay on the planet. But those of you who heard of him know that he's also been tested in the hospitals. He's also proven two times that he's completely autonomous. For 14 days, he hasn't been eating or drinking in the hospital while being monitored by 35 specialists, and he didn't present any signs of weakness or any signs of imbalance, which has proven to the doctors and also to the Ministry of Defense that was monitoring him that this possibility is also available to others. And the research and the studies are also on my desk, and I know for sure that this is real. So these are the events that we're creating and the people that we're collaborating with. And there are saints and sages and masters that are really willing to bring not only peace, but also a higher state of consciousness here on this planet. So I'm very happy to have shared all this with you. I feel to complete now this message because I don't want to keep you too long. I promise to be ending in half an hour. You still have the possibility to ask questions if you want, and if not, the rest of my info and details and contact and possibility to connect are, as I said, on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other media. And you can watch a lot of my presentations on YouTube as well. I'm writing my website in the chat box now so that you can have access to it. And hopefully we meet again soon in one of your sessions or in one of ours. So thanks everyone for joining, and see you all our next events at the link in bio, and those of you on Facebook, you can see them in the link in the description of the video. And I'll see you tomorrow with a new conference at 6:30 p.m. Bucharest time, where we'll stream again live on our channels. Big hugs.